Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am jumping in with a video because I feel like I have to. I did part one of this little scrappy quilt, and then I didn't get around to part two, but I have good reasons, and I'll explain a little bit of that. I can't do it today either, but I wanted to just, give you a heads up that I have not dropped the ball on that. What happened at the very beginning is I wanted flannel to just back that quilt with flannel, turn it, right sides together, turn it inside out, and, tack it a few places and be done. But I couldn't get flannel at Walmart. I didn't feel like buying flannel and go shopping for that, so I just dragged my feet, and then I thought, I do have batting here, and I have plenty of fabric to use for a backing. And I just didn't feel like going through all those steps, and so I kind of, again, dropped the ball because I wasn't sure I felt like doing that kind of a quilt. But I still do want to finish it because I think it's super cute, and I want to finish it and put it on eBay as a finished quilt or blanket. And, of course, I'll tell you the size and all that when that happens, when it's finished. But then what other thing happened is Joe has not been feeling well at all for the past few days, and it was like worrisome. But we kind of figured it out. He started taking meds on Wednesday. This is Saturday that I'm recording. And Wednesday night was really bad for him. All of Thursday night was bad for him. And then all of Friday, he slept, but he did not take his meds on Friday. He took them Wednesday and Thursday, and he had a good, restful night, and he woke up normal. Not normal like in, he still has diabetes and his other issues, but he was like really confused. We couldn't keep his sugar, up at all. There was some scary moments, and just some, it was a lot, and I was very worried, but he didn't want to go to the hospital, and there was one time I got dressed to call the ambulance, but then he kind of started snapping out of it, and I was like, as long as he can talk, and he didn't want to go, and I understand why, because it's a big deal to go and not really always get the care that you want. He would not have been going to the one in Arkansas, though, obviously. And anyway, so today he woke up and his mind was very clear, so I think skipping a day of meds was very helpful. So what he wants to do now is just introduce like one med at a time. And he thinks it's the blood pressure meds that could be the culprit, and I agree with that. He also was given a muscle relaxer, but he didn't take any of those. So I'm glad, because he was out of it enough without needing that too. I'm kind of mad that we didn't really look at the meds. And here's the other thing. I was in the room with him at the doctor, and she never went through the different meds and let us know that she was prescribing those and what they were for. Didn't do that. I know she did it on maybe one or two of them. She just prescribed a whole bunch of shit, and we just picked that shit up. And then it was only when we got home that he's like, I don't really want these, and I'm not taking a muscle relaxer. And so yeah, but he's doing really well today, so well that we're going to an AA buffet tonight. I don't know the reason. It's not like the birthday thing. Oh, and they're doing like a little skit, some of the members, so it's going to be fun. And I'm bringing something for the first time. I had pasta, the shells, because I used to make, at least Derek, some pasta salad, and then he was carnivore for a while. Now he's not, so I'll be making him pasta salads again. But anyway, I'm cooking a box of the shells, and we brought Velveeta cheese from Joe's place, so I have Velveeta cheese, and I don't eat that kind of cheese because I don't know if there's even one part of an animal in that cheese. The processed cheese, the individually wrapped cheese food, I don't think there's any dairy in there at all. I looked quickly because it's just that's why they call it cheese food. There's no no cheese, no actual cheese in there. It's soy and other things. I'm thinking Velveeta doesn't have any dairy in it either, so I don't want to eat that. Anyway, I'm gonna make some mac and cheese and bring, because I have that on hand. But I have some ideas for other foods that I'll want to bring when they have the dinners like that, because it's just fun. It gives me a chance to cook. And so we are leaving for that shortly, and I've got the pasta simmering right now, so if the timer goes off, I will have to get up and go take care of that, drain that. Anything else I wanted to tell you? Oh yes, we didn't go out this weekend. I take that back. I went out Thursday night. Joe wasn't feeling well, but he was well enough that I was able to go out and not be worried, and we texted back and forth. But then he started to not feel good, and he even texted that he had passed out. He was going to come, that's right. He wanted to change his mind now and come out and see me, but he knew he wouldn't be there till 9, and I was like, no, they're done at 10. It was a Thursday night. He said, okay, then I'm not going to bother, and I said, no. Then he texted me and told me, he said, I passed out when I tried to put my socks on. And I kind of just took it like, you know, maybe he's just kidding or whatever. But I said, do you need me to come home? And he's like, no, stay out, have fun. So I did. I stayed till the end. And when I got home, you know, he explained to me that when he bent down to put his socks on, the next thing he remembered is he was on the floor and Rocket was licking his face. I mean, it's not funny, but I just feel so bad. So Friday night, I did not go out. We were supposed to go out, meeting a couple of our friends, and I told them that he for sure wasn't going out. I wasn't going to let him. I knew he needed to rest, and it's not far from home, and I could have gone out for like an hour or so, but I was exhausted because I was up with him Thursday night, and he fell. He got out of bed, and he was just lost, and he fell and he said some funny fucking shit. I'm trying to think of some of the shit he said. And then most of Friday, he was like just saying ridiculous things. It's funny. But my father, like near the end, I don't know if dementia was also kicking in or if it was just the cancer that was making him say things, but my father was a funny man anyway, and he was saying some things that were just so hilarious, and I was glad that he was able to still make me laugh, even though my father was actually dying. But yeah, but Joe was cracking me up. And so Friday, I stayed home with him, and when I put some of the leftovers on my sales on eBay. So that's there right now. I just did that last night. So look for the link for my eBay store in the description of this video. Go check out what I have. I have some super cool things. And I will be adding more stuff now to eBay. I don't like to leave things in my exclusive store for too long because I like to keep this stuff moving so I can buy more. See how that works? And or if you want lower prices, look at the info. I don't know what info I have, but I need to update that, I think, in my description. I now have a $5 level. That's the lowest level now. That gets you my flash sales, which is like single items or not big things, and at a certain price, free shipping. It is for USA only. But now I have bulk savings. I buy wholesale, and I just try to get you the best and closest to wholesale prices I can. Hang on. All right, I've got to run. I'm draining the pasta. I'm going to make the cheese sauce and got to get going with all of this. And I have to edit and upload and all that crap. I think I was saying that, yes, for my bulk savings, I buy wholesale, and then I try to give you guys the best price that I can. Obviously, I have to make a tiny bit of a profit, but I don't care if it's much. If I can move something quick, I don't care if the fabric and the shipping and all that cost me $100. If I can sell that for 110, I will. I'll make $10 for my work of just, repackaging this shit and shipping it out. I just love to buy fabric, and the quicker I can move it, I'm happy. I'm happy with all that. It just gives me a way to satisfy my fabric addiction. And obviously, even though it's free shipping, I do free shipping because it's way easier with the ancient PayPal buttons. But obviously, I have to figure in some of the shipping. And there's a lot of things that I pay out of pocket. Like if I sell something small, like I used to sell packets of 2-inch squares. I loved those. I paid out of pocket to ship those out to you guys, because I knew some people would just buy one packet and it would cost me probably $1, $1.50 out of pocket after the fabric. I don't charge for my time, but after the fabric and the shipping and the PayPal fees and that stuff, I was out of pocket, and I was okay with that because the majority of people would buy multiple items, so I was good. I just looked at my overall sales. If I, sold a certain dollar amount, I was happy, and it didn't matter to me if this was actually a loss for me, because this one might have been, somebody might have ordered a whole bunch of things and I profited more off that, whatever. So, so that's at the $10 level, and I have people shopping in there, and it's very exciting for me. Okay, so that's all good. I don't know what else I wanted to tell you, but do go see my stuff on eBay if you're not interested in any of those memberships. And you can pick some stuff up there, but you save a significant amount. Like if you want just the flash sales, you can get a $5 per month, not per order, per month. And out of that, I only get $3.50. And that helps a little bit toward the shipping and stuff, the shipping expenses. And so, sometimes if you buy just one thing, it might be, let's say, $15 on the flash sale. It might be $20 on eBay. So you would have been better off to spend that extra $5 on a membership and come in, hang out for a month, see what I do, and then you can cancel at any time. But you need to cancel. People seem to think that they're connected directly to me when they're on Patreon or YouTube memberships. Not subscriptions, but memberships. That's the paid thing. You can subscribe to any video, any content creator on YouTube for free. Subscribing is nothing. And they'll say, you need to cancel my subscription. And I'm like, I can't do that. You're either connected with Patreon. Patreon is the one that handles all that. YouTube handles all the YouTube memberships. I don't even get to see on YouTube. I don't get to see anything. On Patreon, I do get to see at least somebody's email address, but I can't go into your account and mess with that and cancel you. Like if you buy something from me on eBay, you can't say after, can you cancel my eBay account? No, that's between you and eBay. Just like that with Patreon. That's between you and Patreon or YouTube for the memberships. I don't know what Joe's phone is doing. I was going to say Derek. I don't know. It's making noise. He's popular suddenly. So he feels well enough to go out tonight to that. And so we're not going out. I didn't go out Friday night. I didn't go out, and I'm not going out tonight, Saturday night. And I reminded him, because he's like, I want you to go out. Just go out. And I was like, no, I'm staying home. Because when I first met him, and he knew that I liked to go out a lot, and at the time he didn't know he was going to enjoy going to the bars and listening to music. And the only reason he's willing to do that is because he's with me as a non-drinker. He would not step foot in a bar with other people. He doesn't want to be around drinkers. So he's with me. He's like, that's what makes it good, is I know I'm with somebody who's going to be sober all night. So, great, I love that. And we match good in that way. And he drinks water like I do. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? He could have soda, but he drinks water. Yeah, so he had said before we ever even went into a bar together that, would you mind maybe skipping one weekend per month, that we could just do something different or something else. And this is still when, we had no idea we were going to be living together. And I agreed to that, and we laughed today that never once has he had that weekend off, but not because I didn't offer and say, we don't have to go. It's because he actually really does like to go out. So we're calling this our weekend off, even though I went out on Thursday for a little bit. Anyway, I wish I could remember some of the funny. One thing yesterday, he has two different monitors or whatever to prick his finger to test his sugar levels. And one of them, we weren't sure if it was working right or not. And the other one, I was out of strips. So I ended up going out to get strips and coming back. And oh my God, when I came back, the other one, you can hear me, he's in the bathroom. I don't want him to know I'm talking about it. He must have had 15 of those test strips on the table. He just didn't know. He didn't know how to do it all of a sudden because he was so. It's like, what are you doing? And so I said, okay, I'll check both of the machines. Can you go away, please, so I can talk about you? Yeah. Could you guys hear him peeing? I didn't even think that. He watches all the videos. But anyway, so I was going to do both the monitors because I wanted to see if they would be, kind of the same. And the one that we thought wasn't working well, this isn't funny at all. It's just, you had to be there, and it was just cute for me. And it said E3, and I said to him, I said, look, it says E3. Now, of course, I'm thinking it's an error, E for error. And I just said, what does E3 mean? And he said, it means E4. And he said it so seriously. And he was looking at me right in the eyes.
What's so funny?
When you told me that E3 meant E4.
What?
What are you doing? Get out! Oh, he's got pants on, everybody. He's got pants on. Show that you have pants on. I'm scared. Okay. Get out of here. Go. Go with your weird shaved chest. When he was in the hospital, they shaved like a snail, walked through and took all the hair off. Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
You were laughing.
I'm letting this stay in the video, So then when he said it means E4. It cracked me up. So then again I said to him, oh my God, he's making me cry from laughing. So I said to him again, I'm like, look, Joe, look, it says E3. What does that mean? And he goes, E3 means E4. And I was just again, you had to be there. It just to see him with his hair was such a mess, and some strands were in his face. He just, oh, but it just cracked me up. And then of course when he's talking like that, I just want to keep talking because it's funny to me. And yeah, and he did say some other things. I wish I could remember what else. It was just, and then he would repeat a lot of the same things. He must have asked me 50 times yesterday, which monitor did we use? And I was like, this one, it's right here in front of you, honey. It's right here. This is the one we used. Okay. And then which one did we use? So I was like, is this dementia? Is this dementia kicking in just, full blown right up front, But I think he was, we couldn't get his sugars to go up really. And I know some of you probably think you should have done more. You should have taken him to the hospital. You can't listen to him. I'm sorry, not doing it. I'm not doing it. If I saw that he was really struggling, of course, like I said, I got dressed once, but then he started to come out of it. I'm not going to just let him pass out and then just watch until he's hardly breathing. I'm not going to do that. But I knew that he would be okay as long as I kept my eyes on him, and that's why I did not go out Friday night. He just really wanted me to go out just for a little bit, and I was like, no. Because I could see how quickly things could turn around at that point. All right, so he did say a lot of other funny things, and if I can remember some of those things, I'll tell you later. But do remember that E3 means E4. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.